जय हिंद दोस्तों। आज मैं अपनी किताब पाथ ऑफ ट्रूथ लीड्स टू सल्वेशन द एसेंस ऑफ द भगवद गीता, इस किताब का 5वां चैप्टर जो है द एसेंस ऑफ भगवद गीता, आपको पढ़ के सुनाऊंगा। उम्मीद है आपको पसंद आएगी, इसे आप अपने जीवन में उतारेंगे और बदलाव लाएंगे। थैंक यू। सर्वधर्मान् परित्याज मामेकं शरणं व्रज, अहम त्वां सर्व पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुच। The Lord Shri Krishna says to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra while giving the discourse of Bhagavad Gita that Arjuna, just abandon all the varieties of religion or dharmas and take refuge in me unto my lotus feet, and I shall deliver you from all the negative effects of your past life karmas or actions, and shall deliver you from this worldly ocean of birth and death, and will give you moksha or liberation at the end of your life. You shall not worry, hey Arjuna, you shall not worry at all. No rules and regulations matters for the one who is surrendered unto the feet of the Lord Shri Krishna, whose mind is always attached to the Lord, who constantly thinks about the Lord Shri Krishna and always remains preoccupied with his thoughts, and who engages all his senses into the devotional service of the Lord Shri Krishna. For such a person, no religion is above the relationship of a devotee and the Lord, and no karma and dharma and jnana yoga can ever come in the way of his devotional service unto the Lord Shri Krishna. Since worldly duties are material and temporary by nature, while the transcendental duty of serving the Lord Sri Krishna is spiritual and eternal by nature, we, being part and parcel of the Lord, our one and only dharma or religion is to serve our spiritual whole, is that the Lord Sri Krishna. Once you have surrendered completely unto the feet of the Lord Sri Krishna, then there is no bondage left of any sort, whether it be of modes of material nature, sattva, raju, and tamogunas, or of any Vedic injunctions. Thus, one is completely freed from all the orders of the Shastras and Upanishads, because the Lord Sri Krishna is the ultimate goal or destination for the wandering souls on the earth. He is the last resort one can possibly opt for, and he is the sole refuge of all the surrendered or wandering souls, and their sole protector as well. One who has surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord Sri Krishna does not need to even fear, since he has promised in the discourse of Bhagavad Gita that he will protect and deliver the one who exclusively surrenders unto him without any deviation at all. For them, the Lord is the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death, and the giver of eternal bliss and final salvation. यह 18वें अध्याय का श्लोक है, जिसमें भगवान साफ साफ कहते हैं कि हे अर्जुन, सभी धर्मों कर्मों को त्याग कर केवल मेरी शरण में, केवल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, केवल मेरी शरण में आ जाओ। मैं तुम्हें सारी चिंताओं से मुक्त करूँगा, मैं तुम्हें मुक्ति प्रदान करूँगा, तुम मेरी शरण में आ जाओ। ये सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि शरणागति कृष्ण की जिसने ले ली, उसे और कुछ करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है ज़िंदगी में। अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो माम ये जना परिपासते तेषां नित्याभ्युक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्. Meaning, the Lord Shri Krishna says to Arjuna that those who exclusively worship me out of great faith and surrender unto me and always remember me in all their deeds, for them I am never lost at all, and for them I preserve what they have, and I give them what they lack. He who treads on the path of truth and engages into eternal devotional service unto the Lord Sri Krishna with extreme passion and surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord Sri Krishna, for such a devotee, the Lord himself takes charge of his life, and one need not worry for his own welfare, since such a devoted person is freed from the reactions of his karmas, is that he is not bound by his actions by the grace of the Lord, and the way he never forgets the Lord and always remains engaged in his devotional service, Similarly, the Lord also never forgets such a devotee and is always engaged in the service of his devotee. Thus, the Lord takes care of all the basic and other needs of his surrendered devotee and fulfills all his desires, and thus the Lord preserves all he has and gives away all that he lacks, and this is the promise made by the Lord himself to his sincere devotees while giving the discourse of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. जो प्रभु की अनन्य भक्ति करते हैं, अनन्य भक्ति जो उनके सिवा किसी का ध्यान नहीं लगाते, भगवान उनकी रक्षा करते हैं। ऐसे भक्तों की भगवान रक्षा करते हैं, उनकी जो भी उनके पास है उसकी रक्षा करते हैं, और जो नहीं है वो प्रदान करते हैं भगवान कृष्ण। इतने दयालु हैं भगवान कृष्ण। यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय चतुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे। Meaning, when there is a decline of righteousness or religion, an increase in the sinful and unlawful activities, then the Lord descends himself on this earth planet or Mrityulok through his wondrous powers to establish the principles of dharma or religion. When saints and truthful peoples are being harassed or killed by the sinisters or lawbreakers or monsters, then the Lord descends from age after age to save the righteous people and kill the demons and finally re-establish the dharma or principle of religion. The prime goal of the Lord Sri Krishna is to uphold the flag of righteousness and conquer the darkness of ignorance and insensitivity towards the truth of life, making people realize the importance of the truth and save the people from the adversities who are treading on the path of truth or bhakti devotion. Every time irreligion and sins spread its feet across the Mother Earth, there is no fresh air left to breathe. Then the Lord incarnates ages after ages to save the humanity from getting drowned in the ocean of Maya or ignorance and re-establish the eternal religion, dharma, and transfer the powers in the righteous hands to uphold the principles of religion, and thus releasing the burden of irreligion or adharma and sins from Mother Earth. भगवान हर युग में जन्म लेते हैं, प्रकट होते हैं भगवान दुष्टों का संहार करने के लिए, साधुओं की रक्षा करने के लिए, धर्म की स्थापना करने के लिए भगवान हर युग में आते हैं, हर युग में प्रकट होते हैं। जब जब दुराचार और अनाचार बढ़ता है तब तब भगवान आते हैं, जब जब साधुओं पर अत्याचार होता है तब तब वे आते हैं, जब जब स्त्री जाति पे अत्याचार बढ़ता है तब तब वे आते हैं और दुष्टों का संहार करते हैं, धर्म की स्थापना करते हैं। ऐसे हैं मेरे कृष्ण। कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भुर् मा ते संगोस्त्वा कर्मणि। The Lord Shri Krishna says to Arjuna that we as a human beings are only entitled to do our duties or actions without having the attachment to the fruits of our actions, is that we are not entitled to the fruits of our actions because fruits of our actions totally depends on our past life accumulated karmas or actions, and it's very complicated to understand. So Lord says simply to surrender the fruits of all our karmas unto him, and by doing so we will not be bound by the reactions of our karmas. इस श्लोक का अर्थ है कि कर्म करना केवल हमारे हाथ में है, कर्म फल हमारे हाथ में है ही नहीं। वो हमारे पूर्व जन्म के किए गए कर्मों के आधार पे हमें फल मिलता है। हम किसी टेस्ट में भाग लें, ये हमारा कर्म है, किंतु अगर वो हम टेस्ट पास कर पाएंगे या नहीं कर पाएंगे ये हमारे हाथ में नहीं है। इसीलिए भगवान कहते हैं निष्काम भाव से कर्म करो, कर्म फल मुझे अर्पण कर दो, ताकि उसका फल भोगने के लिए तुम्हें दोबारा धरती पे आना ही ना पड़े। नयनम छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नयनम दहति पावक न चैनम क्लेदन्तापो न शोष्यति मारुत। Meaning, no weapons can cut it, no fire can burn it, no water can wet it, no wind can dry it. The indweller of the body can neither be cut, burned, wetted, nor dried, as it is eternal, all-pervading and steady by nature. The point is that the department of the body is entirely separate from the unchanging or eternal indweller in the body, which is the self or the soul. Our self is not attached to the body. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, the God has called it Sarvavyapi, all-pervasive. Till now, we have taken we have taken on countless bodies, but all the bodies were left. We have remained the same. At the time of death, too, this body will leave us, but we will go in many wombs, in heaven and hell, in various lokas. Salvation will be ours. We will go to God's abode. The point is that our existence is not dependent on this body. With the growth or decrease in the size of this body, in weakness or in strength, on being a child or aged, whether the body is there or not, there is no difference in our existence. Just as when we stay in a certain house, then we don't become that house. The house is separate, and so we are. The house remains right there, whereas we leave the house and go away. Similarly, the body remains right there, right here, and we, the eternal soul, leave it and go away. The body becomes soil, but we do not become soil. We are not the body. This body is not ours and not for us. The body is perishable while the self is imperishable. For the imperishable or eternal reality, there can only be imperishable or eternal thing. How can the perishable be with the imperishable or eternal? How can the perishable be of any use to the imperishable or eternal? How can the last night of the dark half of the month be of any use to the sun? The worldly things such as the body are of use only to the material world. They are of no use at all to us. Therefore, in the infinite universes, there is not a single thing which is ours and which is for us. Therefore, the body is for me and is of benefit to me is merely a false notion. The only thing that belongs to that imperishable and eternal self or the soul is the ever existing, eternal, omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent super soul, or the Paramatma, the Lord Shri Krishna, or Vishnu himself, since we are part and parcel of the Lord Shri Krishna and forever attached to him. The shloka says, Nayanam chindanti shastrani, nayanam dahati pavaka, na chayanam kledantapo, na shoshati maruta. आत्मा शरीर मन बुद्धि इंद्रियों से परे है। आत्मा परमात्मा का अंश है। आत्मा को ना कोई जला सकता है, ना भिगा सकता है, ना सुखा सकता है। आत्मा को ना कोई काट सकता है, ना मार सकता है। आत्मा शाश्वत है। आत्मा अविनाशी है, अविकारी है। आत्मा परमात्मा का अंश है। शरीर का अंत आत्मा का अंत नहीं है। शरीर तो आत्मा का साधन है। जिंदगी के एक पड़ाव पे शरीर पीछे छूट जाता है, आत्मा आगे निकल जाता है। शरीर की यात्रा सीमित है, पर आत्मा की यात्रा अनंत है। वह एक शरीर, जैसे एक व्यक्ति फटे हुए वस्त्र को छोड़ के दूसरा वस्त्र धारण कर लेता है, वैसे ही आत्मा ये शरीर रूपी वस्त्र को छोड़कर दूसरा शरीर रूपी वस्त्र धारण कर लेती है। और ये प्रक्रिया तब तक चलती रहती है जब तक जीव भगवान की शरण में ना जाए। जिस दिन वो भगवान की शरण में चला जाता है उस दिन से उसकी ये तय हो जाता है कि मरने के उपरांत उसे दोबारा मनुष्य देह धारण करने की आवश्यकता नहीं पड़ती। जय हिंद।